that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
He threw that patch on to make it look like he was in a club, but he was never in a club.
They want to be able to tack like 15 felonies upon jaywalking across the street. This outlaw motorcycle member and it doesn't matter what they stack on you.
Because they're a friend or they know somebody and they start hanging them around and making them an official hang around. Next thing you know, they're prospecting. Before you know it, they got a patch. And I'm going, you've never been in a club.
His dad was a bandito. He borrowed $100 from the club. It might have been 1,000. I don't know. But his own son was 86.
I think it was from that point on, I was like, one day, I'm going to be one of those guys.
And he said, if you don't get on a stand, you're going to lose. You're going to jail. I said, I can't take the stand.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today we're going to talk about the man accused of arson being released on $1 million bond. And I have a video of him leaving the jail and a couple news articles, and we got a couple other stories to cover. I figured I'd jump on here and see how everyone's doing. I appreciate all you guys. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for your support. We've been hitting milestone after milestone. We got 17,200 and something. We keep going up, and I'm very happy about that. So, in some tragic news, Lifestar was called to another motorcycle crash in Voluntown, Connecticut. Investigation is underway following a crash in Voluntown on Sunday morning around 10:27 a.m. Troopers were called to the area of Preston City Road after a report of a collision involving a motorcycle, state police said. Injuries have been reported. Officials said Lifestar has been called to the scene. The road is closed at this time, and the incident remains under investigation. No further details were released. So I'll bring you more information as it becomes available. There's a lot of accidents going on, and you just got to be very aware of your surroundings if you're on a bike, because people don't seem to respect motorcycles. They really don't. It seems like they'll cut in front of you. They'll do all kinds of shit. And it's just pretty messed up. And the motorcycle rider usually gets the bad end of it. People get killed all the time on bikes. And I want to give a big rest in peace to Indian Larry. I believe it was yesterday was the anniversary of him passing away. He was an icon in the whole world of motorcycles. 21 years ago yesterday, he passed away. I believe he was killed in a motorcycle accident, I think. But the anniversary was yesterday, I believe. So rest in peace to Indian Larry. We'll do a show strictly talking about him and showing some of his bikes that he's made. I know that there's an event in September, and I'm going to try to go attend it, the Indian Larry event. So this is Indian Larry, if you're not aware of who he is. He was a legend in the motorcycle realm. He was a builder. He used to build bikes, and he died in a motorcycle accident, I believe. I'm pretty sure. But he made some of the dopest bikes. No helmet, Ken says. Yeah, it's possible. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Ken, what's going on? Sleepy Joe, what's going on, man? We got 13 people in the house. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So today, we're going to be talking about this guy. This guy is the owner of Salazar's restaurant. It was firebombed, and allegedly he hired the president of the Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club, and that would be this man. So he hires the president, and the president goes and does it. Like, you can't make this up. The president himself, he doesn't get no henchmen to go do it. He does it himself. He was busted pretty quick. And this guy's like a successful restaurant owner, and I don't understand why you would do something like that. I really don't. But he was released on bond, on $1 million bond. Here's a earlier article about it. The case against Bobby Salazar, everything we know after the alleged arson in Fresno, California. Federal charges filed against Bobby Salazar, the operator of Bobby Salazar's restaurant in Fresno County, detailed prosecution's allegations against the 63-year-old, which ultimately led to his arrest by federal officials on Tuesday. The criminal complaint describes evidence from recorded phone calls, text messages between alleged co-conspirators, and even how red shoelaces helped identify a suspect. According to documents filed in court on April 2nd, 2024, firefighters responded to one of Salazar's restaurants at Blackstone Avenue and Michigan Avenue following reports of a fire at the time. Investigators described evidence of multiple fires throughout the building. Salazar said that he owned the location for over 20 years, and the restaurant was last operated by a franchise until January 31st, 2024, according to the affidavit. The franchisee wrote a letter to Salazar in August 2023, giving notice that he would like to no longer be operating the restaurant. Salazar had reportedly requested that the franchise stop doing business under the name Bobby Salazar's Mexican Restaurant and Cantina. Since the franchise would not be able to change the name, they had to terminate the lease, prosecutors say. After the franchise left the property, Salazar started using the restaurant as a storage facility. Prosecutors say after the fire, the investigation used canine units to find particular burned gas cans. Federal documents revealed the fire investigators saw the front and rear doors of the building already open the night of the fire. Fresno Police Department and the fire department investigators later found security footage from nearby residents that showed an SUV driving by the restaurant the night before the fire and just hours before the fire. Prosecutors say the security footage also revealed two people walking around the property at around 1 a.m. One of them is seen setting 2 gas cans near the front door, then walking through the back door around 2 a.m. At the time, someone seen picking up 2 gas cans and taking them back into the restaurant through the back of the building. Finally, around 2:08 a.m., 2 people exited the building, setting fire to the gas cans behind them, prosecutors said. On April 4th, Fresno Fire requested a warrant, which gave law enforcement a location of devices. So they requested a warrant for a cell phone or the towers. It gave the location to devices within specific geographic area during certain periods of time. One of the people inside the SUV was identified through subscriber data on their phone, cross-reference with physical characteristics that matched the surveillance video and past and past contacts with law enforcement, court records say. So they did a lot of investigation to get these people. Officials say on May 1st, 2024, officers searched an identified person's residence. An interview resulted in the person admitting to being involved in the fire, but denied being the person who started the fire, and said that someone who was already in Fresno jail at the time of the fire was responsible for starting it. So this guy ratted on the person that was in prison. The federal court documents say the text exchange between the two arson suspects confirmed involvement in the incident. Yeah, you got paid all of the money from Bobby. Fucking to do what? The text message the following day read. Now you can spend that money from Bobby on your bitch. Even though I took penitentiary chances for your stupid ass. While in the jail, the suspect called for another on the phone. Prosecutors say during the phone call, he said, they having everything down to what I was wearing. What you was wearing? Your bitch's car. Court records show they described the suspect in black van shoes with a white van emblem, and red shoelaces were visible on security footage. State gang investigators identified one of the suspects as the president of the Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club. On May 2nd, he was arrested and booked into the Fresno County Jail. So that would be this individual. So he was booked into the Fresno County Jail. While in the Fresno County Jail, the male suspect made several phone calls to his wife and motorcycle club sergeant of arms. During those calls, the man mentioned Salazar was sponsoring the up-and-coming club event, the Shovelhead Run. I wonder if they're still going to have that Shovelhead Run. After the man was charged with unrelated federal case, prosecutors say he revealed to his wife and the sergeant of arms that he believed Salazar was the target of a federal investigation related to arson. The Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club president told his sergeant of arms to meet with Salazar so that Salazar could provide money for a lawyer, saying he's going to put money up for it, or he can come to the jail with me, the president said. Oh, shit. So he was basically saying he's going to pay for my lawyer. He's going to be in here with me. After several attempts to contact Salazar, the sergeant of arms was able to meet with Salazar and report back to the club president. According to federal officials, during phone calls with his wife, investigators say the club president revealed information that indicated to investigators that Salazar was a co-conspirator, an aider, and abettor in arson. Wow. When Fresno Fire investigators asked Salazar if he knew either suspect, Salazar denied knowing the suspect. Salazar also denied allowing them to burn his property, but phone call records showed multiple calls through several months from the club president to numbers connected to Salazar. According to the criminal complaint against Salazar, Salazar had renewed the policy on Blackstone location on February 2024 and increased the coverage by $102,000. The restaurant in the building ultimately was covered for $908,000, not including coverage of the business personal property for $229,000 and a loss of rent for $50,000. The criminal complaint also noted that Salazar had a history of connections to cases of arson and attempted arson. The case that included burning of former employee vehicle in ex-brother-in-law's home, the attorney's office, and an attorney's office. suspects. The affidavit concluded that Salazar's history of arson, connection to the suspects accused of burning his restaurant, and the financial incentive to burn the restaurant were probable cause enough to warrant Salazar's arrest. If convicted, he faces up to 30 years in prison. So this is not like some little case. He faces 30 years in prison if he's convicted. Salazar is scheduled to appear in court Thursday, August 28th, which was the other day. However, federal officials maintain that the charges are only allegations. The defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty, unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. The criminal complaint filed in court, and I have the warrant that they laid out against him. But anyway, here is a news coverage about the situation. Let's check it out.
Kevin, the local owner of the popular Bobby Salazar Mexican restaurants is under arrest on federal charges of arson and fraud. Employees who work at Bobby Salazar's Taqueria and Lucy's Lounge in the Tower District were sent home today as federal agents investigated. A restaurant manager told Action News more than 50 employees work at both locations owned by Salazar and his wife. We also learned both businesses reopened early this evening, but their fate remains unknown as this case moves forward.
Naomi, what's up?
63-year-old Robert Bobby Salazar was taken into custody just before 11 o'clock Tuesday morning. Court documents allege he hired a member of a motorcycle gang to set fire to his underperforming restaurant property off Blackstone south of Shields in central Fresno. Action News was there on April 2nd, 2024, when firefighters worked to douse the flames at the vacant building. Fire investigators found partially burned gas cans inside, along with extensive damage. The legal documents also say agents learned the person who set the fire was the president of the local Screamin Demons Motorcycle Club, 39-year-old Thomas Qualls of Sanger. Salazar is accused of telling his insurance company he had nothing to do with it. He later received nearly $1 million from an insurance claim. Salazar is scheduled to appear in a Fresno County courtroom on Wednesday.
And that's why his bond was $1 million. You guys connect the dots, right? So if you steal, say you steal 10 grand from somebody, right? And you get caught for it. You know how much your bond's going to be, right? It's going to be 10 grand. That's how they do it. They take the price of whatever it is that you stole or whatever you scammed for, and they put your bond at that price. So he was paid out $1 million. They made his bond $1 million. If you get caught stealing a $500 laptop, your bond will be $500. Like, that's how they do it normally. Tommy, what's up?
He faces up to 30 years in prison if convicted.
Court records show in 1997, Salazar pleaded no contest to felony charges of insurance fraud and possessing stolen property for arranging to have his vehicle stolen. He was sentenced to a year in jail and 600 hours of community service. For a closer look at Salazar's past and details from this latest federal criminal complaint, we have a link to the story on our website at abc30.com.
Yeah.
Hit that like button. So we got another exclusive video of him leaving the court after posting the $1 million bond. Again, go subscribe to Patreon. I just uploaded a couple new videos. There's a pretty crazy video. Moments brave victims fight back against bungled Brum biker gunman on his doorstep. So I have the footage of these gunmen going to this guy's house, and it's CCTV footage, shows brave victims' actions of the victim who's targeted by gunmen in a case of mistaken identity. Two of those responsible for the crime have been arrested. Simon Bernard, 39, and 42-year-old Darren Akins, both of Ardington, were jailed yesterday, Friday, August 29th, for a combined total of more than 28 years. Holy shit. The victim answered a knock at the door and was faced with men holding a gun in Gloucester at 9 p.m. on January 18th. He courageously pushed the gun away and chased the gunman down the driveway into the road. He pushed over the motorcycles in which the offenders were on. And the man's wife also bravely came out to help him. The court told the victim was an innocent man who lived on that road. The man who was targeted was mistaken identity. Bernard shot the man in the leg, and the victim requires ongoing treatment. They were sentenced to 16 years and 2 months in prison and had admitted to Section 18 of wounding with the intent. Possession of prohibited weapon, possession of firearm with intent to endanger life. Akins admitted to possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life and was sentenced to 12 years, 7 months in prison. And the video is on Patreon. Go watch it. And let me see. I think I could show you a picture of the suspects. I thought I had a picture of them. I might not. I'll show you guys real quick, and then I'll play the video of this guy leaving court. So these are the two suspects. I can't show the video for obvious reasons because YouTube doesn't like when you show videos like that. So go check out Patreon. It's on all tiers, so you'll be able to watch the video. There's a lot of great content over there. You can only see it over there. Go check it out. Now, let's get into this video. Now, this is him leaving court after posting the $1 million bond.
Allegations, so I'm innocent until proven guilty.
Our breaking news, our camera was there as restaurant owner Bobby Salazar was released from jail custody tonight. That's after a judge today set his bond at $1 million. Salazar had been behind bars since Tuesday morning when he was arrested by federal agents. Here's more of what he had to say when he walked out of the Fresno County Jail tonight.
I just appreciate all the support and all the great people that support Bobby Salazar's business and, the restaurant and our salsa. I don't know. There's no evidence. These guys, there's nothing proven, so.
All right, so listen, he said a major thing right there, right? And people might not have caught that, but he said there's no evidence. There's no way they could prove it. You know what that says? That says he's guilty as sin. Why? Because he didn't deny it. He just said they can't prove it. He didn't say I didn't do it. He said they can't prove it. So that tells me right there that he is guilty as sin. That's my personal thoughts. So don't take it as facts. He is innocent until proven guilty, but he just said they can't prove it. Like, how is that? He doesn't deny doing it. He just says they can't prove it. Crazy.
There's allegations, so, I'm innocent.
He's smarter than everybody else.
Our breaking news, our camera was there as restaurant owner Bobby Salazar was released from jail custody tonight. That's after a judge today set his bond at $1 million. Salazar had been behind bars since Tuesday morning when he was arrested by federal agents. Here's more of what he had to say when he walked out of the Fresno County Jail tonight.
I just appreciate all the support and all the great people that support Bobby Salazar's business and, the restaurant and our salsa. I don't know. There's no evidence. These guys, there's nothing proven, so we'll see next time.
Salazar's wife picked him up at the jail tonight. Investigators say that Salazar hired a motorcycle gang member to burn down the Bobby Salazars on Blackstone Avenue last year. Salazar is denying the charges. He will now be on house arrest and can only leave home for work activities. He must wear a GPS monitor to track his location.
He's not denying the charges. He's saying they can't prove it. That's it. He's not denying the charges. He just said you can't prove it. There's no evidence. He doesn't understand that phone records will nail you. Like, they don't mess around these days. If you got a cell phone, you're committing a crime, you're done. It's not going to work out for you. So people that think they're smarter than everybody else, he seems like one of them. So we'll see what happens with this situation. I don't think it's going to go the way he thinks it's going to go because they have a lot more evidence than he thinks. And you think these guys are going to take the rap for him? Hell no. They already told on him, basically. He said, if he don't pay for my lawyer, he'll be in jail with me. So all they need is this guy to testify against Bobby Salazar, and he's done deal. But it seems to me like Salazar thinks he's smarter than everybody else. Let's see how that works out for you. I'll let you guys know as more information becomes available. Stay tuned. We're going to do some great shows. I got Mike Ball dropping tonight. Don't miss it. Part 1 of Mike Ball is going to be at 10 p.m. And then I have Daniel Simone, the author of the Lufthansa heist. He wrote the book with Henry Hill. That's a good interview. So, and if you want to see these early, just join the membership or join Patreon and you'll be able to see them early. But we're going to do more on these guys. They want to be accepted by the 1%ers. This is messed up, brother. But stay tuned. We got the bounty hunters. We're going to dissect the bounty hunters and their mama and their gangster mama. So stay tuned, hit the like button, share this video, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube and Patreon and Facebook. But I appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your holiday weekend, and I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. But I got a lot of videos dropping, so you guys will not be disappointed. Go check out Patreon. Great videos over there. And tonight, don't miss Mike Ball on Chatting with Stacks. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.